Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to an exciting and riveting and amazing Propagandacast with me, your host, Pearl Dane, the one, the only Master Propaganda, hero psych defender of the fatherland, off here to a 1v1 on Amilly Fields. In the north, it is Sara, Lynn, fighting for the Wehrmacht, Germany, Deutschland. Here with the First Panzerdivision with Blitzkrieg, Festung Armour, and Strategic Reserves. There's actually two commanders with the Panther IV Model J. In the south, it is Caosak, fighting for the Red Army, the Soviet Union, Comrade Stalin. And the 12th Guard Tank Corps here with mechanized support featuring anti-tank and ambush tactics, Guards, Rifle Infantry, Mark Vehicle, IL-2 Storm Strafing runs, and the ISU-152 Heavy Assault Gun. And as always, a big hearty thanks to my patrons supporters, without which the Propagandacast would not be possible. So big thanks to all of those in the wonderful Propaganda Legion. Other people can join the ranks by Patreon. They can also consider donating on PayPal, in which got also big thanks to Andrew for supporting the Propagandacast via PayPal and using his hard-earned money for that purpose. So thanks to you, Andrew. Finally, you can also consider pre-ordering Company's Fee. We're going to do that via the link in the comment section. Use the code STUK3G alongside it, all caps there, except of course the number. And I should comment, like, share, subscribe. YouTube algorithms must be fed. So, double pioneers, double gunnies for Sara, Lynn, and more infantry approach with double contract double engineers from Caosak. Vessel going there in the background because he wants attention. Sandbags here with Eastern Fuel Point. West side we got Sara, Lynn. They could also theoretically lay down some sandbags there with the season of Western Fuel Point. Grenadiers based in the center with the Kar-90K bolt action rifle. Northern point is used by the Pioneer. Grenadiers sitting out there. These are the Grenadiers there. Bit of barbed wire. No machine guns yet. Could be that Sirlin's going to go for him to approach, of course. Might even sneak in some strategic reserves with the Assault Grenadiers. That said, Amilly Fields is probably not the map where most players would go for Assault Grenadiers. You do need to make... You need to work a bit harder to make them work. I wouldn't say it's impossible, but definitely requires a bit more effort to make Assault Grenadiers work on a map like this. So, we'll have to see though what Sara, Lynn here is scheming versus Caosak. As for Caosak, obviously there's the potential of the ISU-152. We've been seeing this very mild increase of in 1v1 matches actually. West side here, Pioneers holding up. And Amilly Fields is probably one of those maps you can actually make fairly decent use of the ISU if you support it properly. Third conscript for Caosak and the Red Army. Bit of skirmish here by the carved pawn there to the Eastern Fuel Point between Caosak and Sara, Lynn. Grenadiers versus conscripts. West side here, Pioneers versus Engineers here. Two squads of Engineers versus one Pioneer squad. East side here, we got the Pioneers versus the conscript squad here as well. Heavy fighting around the car point. Grenadiers being slowly played out here by Caosak's Frontovics. In the west here, Pioneers are losing out to the Engineers. And the east side, the Pioneers are not exactly making great progress versus the conscripts there either. No tech yet for Sara, Lynn. No additional Grenadiers. Oh, there we go. Now it's the tech there for Sara, Lynn and Deutschland. Then is being overwhelmed by the conscript player by the car point slowly but surely as Caosak keeps adding more pressure to the fighting here. He's got the center with the flamethrower here, but now with more grenadiers in the car point there. Sara, Lynn is denying Caosak fuel there, but of course is losing actually their own fuel point soon here in the west, so may want to start falling back from here. He's been caught with the grenadiers here already. Dimitri is dead alongside Yevgeny. Back here reinforcing, bunker up, tech almost done as well for Sara, Lynn. Pioneers hard at work setting that up. Alongside the Grenadiers. What Basil's up to now, I do not know. He seems to at least for now have wandered off. And he's playing about here. Engineers almost got the Western Fuel Point secured fully for the Red Army. Medics on the way there for Sara, Lynn's bunker. Not much else to upgrade with inside the base there. Command bunker would be mildly put redundant, and a machine gun bunker would just be a bit confusing. He's setting out there. Medics at the ready as well for Caosak. Pioneers been granted for the Eastern Munitions Point to defend against the conscripts, but they would run another point neutral. Almost got the sandbags ready as well here. Like to Mechanized company almost done. Grenadiers reinforcing. Light machines with as well there. No surprises here so far from Sara, Lynn, to be honest. No surprises, except for the three Grenadiers, two Pioneers, which feels like an attempt to copy the Soviet three conscript two Engineers, but obviously, in some regards, not quite as effective. So, it is a question as to what Sara, Lynn is exactly scheming with that, or was. Can soon go for the 2-2, could also go for 251 half-track. Probably won't, but could. Especially if they're going to go for strategic reserves. A half-tech wouldn't be a half-bad thing there, I think. Pioneers and Engineers constantly on the carve point. Armoured car can soon be called in. Grenadier here as the comes in the east. Probably should head westwards, honestly, instead of trying to break through a more dug inside position there. At least not without something to more seriously force them out. Or, I guess Caosak just retreats and all just sit there stops mattering. Mines here, good spot there. Bit of a gap here that creates a natural mining point. Going straight for the cover on there again. Caosak breaching the east open here wide now. 2-2 there. Almost done here for Sara, Lynn and the German army. Back here for Caosak, we do have the tank out there being set up by the engineers. Hard at work there. You see here as well. Going ahead for the light machine team there for the eastern fuel point. And here's the engineers here by the western point. Caosak can start calling guardsmen pretty much now, just needs a bit more manpower, but I always got Jesus even upgrade with the double DP light machine guns. Engineers close being wiped out here, but looks like Shelling does not have that much fortune. Armour covers that comes up with western fuel point, auto cannon and the cracked machine gun ripping into them. And we do get the anti-aircraft tactic most likely for Caosak, so that means guardsmen, if they do happen, probably won't be equipped with light machine guns right away, because the half-track does require a fair bit of munitions for that upgrade. Almost got the eastern fuel point. Back to recapture the western one. Sara, Lynn has now steadily turned the game around against the Soviets. Pack 40 as well, though. Obviously expecting some kind of light vehicle, like a half-track here. Certainly anti-aircraft half-track rushes again becoming more popular, so having a Pack 40 ready to deal with that is not a bad idea, though arguably Sara, Lynn on a map like Amilly Fields could also commit to like 2 armoured cars, as they connect all to take out the half-track, while then switch over to putting more pressure on Caosak's infantry. So there's something to consider, but that said, I don't blame anyone for only going for 1 armoured car, because once you start having to handle more than 1 armoured car, the pathing requirements go pretty much just completely pear-shaped, as the 2 armoured cars do not work well together with the pathing, and you really have to then apply so much more management just to make it, you know, not leave you very, very sour in a lot of cases. In particular, some maps, it's next. It's like, you know, Herculean task there. Pioneers, Engineers, Flamethrowers versus Minesweeper. As most, of course, are quite aware, Flamethrower always beats Minesweeper. In fact, most weapons tend to beat a Minesweeper. Guardsmen out here for Caosak. Bit to go, they've calling the DP light machine guns to the DP-27. And these are his engineers there, ripping them apart. And he's called here by the half-track. Ripping into the gun with his 4 50 cal machine guns there. The Soviets shall say their own version of this, just with Maxims instead of 50 cals by the way there, but that was mounted on a truck. Little fun fact there. 4th grenade grenade for Sara, Lynn, just more regular infantry. Some panda grenades I think being great addition, or even going for strategic reserves. Maybe for the assault grenadiers, probably not, but panda grenadiers I think would be very solid here for Sara, Lynn versus all these conscripts. But I digress. Conscript got here, pressuring here and again the heavy cover that makes it difficult for Sara, Lynn's forces to deal with them east without flanking. Western fuel being lost again, and the eastern fuel point is also under direct threat here from Caosak and the Red Army. Guardsmen also preventing any direct push to the east, because the sandbag guardsmen, particularly once they get light machine guns up, are going to be somewhat difficult to break through without some severe firepower. Of course, Caosak just retreating. There's a lot of back and forth action here. Map controls swinging back and forth like the tides. 2-2-2 here with a veteran C1 and 3 kills to his name. Conscript taking all loss here from the Leichte Panzerspielwagen. After being fixed up, Siskan on the way there for Caosak. And he's bringing up for the light machine guns. Note the German infantry squad was specifically built around the machine gun. The machine was basically meant to do all the work in the unit, basically, you know, actual killing and all that. And the riflemen were basically just meant to support the light machine gunner by providing covering fire and whatnot. So, little fun fact there. Also worth noting, regular infantry division, you know, grenadiers would have 1 light machine gun for about, you know, roughly 8 to 10, 12 men, whereas in a Panzer Grenadier squad they would have 2 light machine guns, that way forming up 2 fire teams. That way. Little fun fact. In the West Engineers versus Pioneers, backed up by conscripts. Not exactly a great look for the Pioneers, so they'll have to retreat here. East of the Grenadiers almost got the guardsmen. The heavy cover at this point does not quite apply, but the half-track, of course, saves the day here. Pack 40 does try and take out the half-track, but isn't quite having any success here. Squirrels apparently just throwing themselves in front of the pack shots to save the half-track, proving their true credentials to the Marxist creed. More Grenadiers here for Sara Lynn. Going up to 5 Grenadiers, and again, that's sort of a thing that's sort of become slowly more popular here in the show, say, the last year of Communist 2 before Communist 2 rolls in, like, in fact, the last few months. We're starting to see, like, 5 infantry squads becoming, more like something people are considering, because, again, turns out having infantry is great. As long as you don't play it like you're complete, like, pants on head silly. So, 5 Grenadiers, it definitely gives Sara Lynn some more pressuring ability, map control ability, but of course does require some skill in handling it, but if well handled can be quite potent in my experience. Field gun here ambushed up, ready to deal with any Germans in a bit of a surprise manner. Any mines here? Yes indeed, from Caosak. We'll have to see if Caosak goes more infantry. And while Germans definitely starting to move more and more to 5-man build, or 5-squad builds, the Soviets have yet to fully catch on. There are definitely some that are going for it, but it's not supremely common, I feel like. And again, it's not like it's super common from the Wehrmacht, but again, there's this sort of shift towards it. The Oberkommandos definitely is like already been there for a while, but definitely pushing even harder into it, with even some 6-squads builds. It is worth noting there, though. It is worth noting. Again, highlights like, even like, this late into the game, the metagame always, say, slowly evolves as people like, get different ideas and, build upon older ideas. So, tech on the way there for Sara Lynn. Still no commander. Again, could be Festung armor, could be strategic reserves. I mean, a Panther from all day could be a very strong asset. Of course, could be Blitzkrieg as well. And maybe just a command Panzer fall. Onto the Grenadiers here. Armour car joining in the front as well there. 7 kills, vets need 2. Field gun there moving about in slow motion. After that, they engaging the quick pushing them back. Conscript Scotsman backing it up here. 6 kills, vet here 2. The half tracker. So far, as usual, it tends to be been a pretty good investment here for Caosak and the Red Army. More mines here. Tag almost on there for Sara Lynn and the German army, the 1st Panzer Division. Armored car getting the half track there. Good hit from the Pack 40 there on the M17 half track. And Sara Lynn here is definitely pushing the boundaries of infantry play for the Wehrmacht by going for a total of 6 Grenadiers. Now that's definitely pushing it a bit farther. I'm not saying you can't do it, but definitely I think requires some significant infantry management skills to work at that stage. Like if you can manage 6 Grenadier squads though, or I don't know, a bunch of Grenadiers with a lot of Panzer Grenadiers, I mean, you go. Do your thing for sure, but it's definitely something I would advise caution in a lot of cases with, because managing that much infantry can be really tricky. And typically at that point you will see some players just starting to lose units really fast because of that stage, just managing too much, or they just start blobbing up, at which point they start suffering heavy attrition. But in the right hands it can be, quite good for map control and pressuring your opponent. But again, definitely not without risks, and will also require, proper support of the infantry, because for example, in this case, this is going to create, perfect ground for just mopping up the infantry with a T-34-76, for example. So we'll have to see how Sara Lynn manages 6 Grenadiers. Definitely uncommon, even in this, again, recent late-stage metagame development towards more 5-squad builds. There we go, Caosak with the T-34-76. Sara Lynn will definitely want some armor out there. In fact, I'd probably recommend Stugs to support all that infantry with a, significant enough amount of firepower there against armor. Could take out the half-take of the armored car, maybe another Panther first. Armored, got it. Ah, oh, didn't get it. Really lucky there for Caosak. Supremely lucky. Admittedly, Sara Lynn didn't lose the half-track either, or the armored car either, so I guess they're also kind of lucky, but Getting rid of the half-track would have been a much bigger win compared to losing the armoured car if they'd at least gotten the half-track. Still no support core here, the Festung, and still no commander. And of course, also worth noting out, none of these commanders particularly synergize a lot. I mean, there is tactical movement active with Blitzkrieg, so I mean, there's a reason to pick that, maybe, or... I don't know, not really strategic reserves, though. But certainly, if you're going to go for that much infantry, I would certainly also recommend maybe a commander that can leverage it a bit better, maybe, in some regards. Now, the field on F for Caosak, obviously concerned about the presence of potential German armour. Rather than almost taking out the Guardsman, but the heavy cover does preserve, and there we go, T-34 falls on the field, and again, Sara Lynn only has a single pack 40 to try and stop it. Of course, a lot of grenadiers, so technically, the T-34 certainly is at risk of getting snared up somewhat aggressively. But a support corps really should be a priority for Sara Lynn now, or if they're planning Tier 4, maybe get towards that and build a heavy Panzer Corps, because when you got 6 grenadier squads, I mean, the reinforcement reduction, minor reinforcement reduction you think getting out of that might actually pay off that many grenadiers, honestly. So there definitely, I think, needs to be a decision made here by Sara Lynn soon versus Caosak here. Decision needs to be made. Either take up or get that support corps and some panzers out. At which point, again, strategic reserves here or Festung armor would be excellent additions. So far, nothing at Sara Lynn there. Just, well, nothing. East side here, we got the Grenadiers going for the counters there, ripping apart Dimitri in a hailstorm of lead. There we go, support corps for Sara Lynn. So what will it be? Panzer IV Stugs, Panzer IV Model Js. Kind of hope we get Festung armor here or strategic reserves, honestly. I mean, would be a bit, of a shame to have 2 commanders with Panzer IV Model Js and then pick neither of them. Okay, we do get one. It is Festung armor. With the Panzer IV Model J, Panzer Tactician, Hull Down, the Pack 43, and Railway Artillery Support. Gonna need to bring up the west side here, ripping through here, Caosak's left flank here. And there we go. We do in fact get the Panzer IV Model J on the way, which you have to build from the Kampfgruppe headquarters. Though sometimes you make the mistake of just building a regular Panzer IV because you're so used to it, which you did recently. So I get making the mistake, but thus I pointed out. Going to mine here. But in this case, of course, Sara Lynn did not make the mistake. Thumbs up. Comes there being gripped up a light machine gun fire here. Bringing up these and slowly against the Guardsmen. Panzer IV Model J. Very close being done here for Sara Lynn. That's for Caosak. Could go for another T-34. He could, of course, also start trying to stall for the ISU 152 heavy assault gun. Can't they find their car wrecked by the Pack 40? Panzer IV Model J arriving here for Sara Lynn and for Deutschland. Adding the pneumatic machine gun S-42. And he's being hammered in by the T-34 and are utterly annihilated in a shower of death. Sandbags says shadow with the Pack 40. So what will Sara Lynn do now they got the Panzer IV out? Moving up the eastern side here. Die Panzerkampfwagen 4 aus von J. Not uncommon, by the way, with the Panzer IV Js, they have wire mesh armoured side skirts for the hull. Partly due to preserved materials, as obviously wire mesh requires a lot less metal, but also they were lighter, and most times, since at the late war they're more about, against dealing with bazookas and other such weaponry, the wire mesh did the job just as well. But again, being lighter and, weighing down the tank less. Panzer up the field gun there. Pioneers taking a few shots here. Mine spotted. Good work by Sara Lynn spotting for mines. Guardsman taking a loss on the west side. We got 2 gunners going for the point there. Mine goes off, killing Fritz and Otto. Guardsman getting hammered the Panzer IV Model J. Center engineers push back field gun there, trying to ambush its way out of it. And the far west continues with the half-tech. Again, the half-tech continues to be a powerful investment here for Caosak. Powerful. Another T-34 from 6 here for Caosak. very smart. Sara Lynn, of course, could consider Stug 3G here, and I would advise it because the Stug's high mobility, good range, and good rate of fire tends to be a very good combo in these kind of situations as the Soviets in the late game. Caosak, meanwhile, bring out a mortar. I'd say that is also a very good addition here. Thumbs up to Caosak. Enforcing healing. Now the pack 40 for Sara Lynn. Guessing not her Stug. Sammy's in the center. Pack 40, 1/3 of the way done. Here's the guardsman. T-34 heading out. And we got Caosak there firing off flares. Quickly revealed to him that the entire eastern field there is wide open. Meanwhile, Sara Lynn lining up for a push into the western field for the looks of it. Mines going up here for Caosak. Second pack 40 being hold forwards. Mines spotted. Certainly in this situation where Minesweeper is worth their weight in gold and then some. Double packs with the T-34 from 6. Heavy damage inflicted down to half health. Panther rolling up. Got the half nearby blocking up. Almost got there again. The packs just can't easily keep pace. This is why I prefer the Stug, because the Stug can keep pace. Easily. Got the half tie there though. Definitely a good kill here for Sara Lynn. Removes a significant obstacle there for the infantry. Though, of course, the two T-34s from 6s represent significant obstacles as well. Let's not kid ourselves. And he's bring out flanking the mortar here. Could try and crew up, maybe get a railroad artillery strike around here. Could make a mess of Caosak's defenses there. Feeling behind the pack 40. Panther taking a few hits as well here. Gun is pushing forwards. Gun is retreating. No railroad artillery support here would be, again, but now most troops are retreating. So again, I feel like the opportunity window there has sort of closed out for Sara Lynn to really like try and make a smash there against Caosak. T-foot rolling forward for the Red Army. Pack 40 setting up here, back here, reinforcing healing. Panzer Kampfwagen Fiat from Europe being repaired, pack shooting. Troops reinforcing here for Caosak, of course, got the 7-man upgrade there for most of his squads by now. Just one to go, and it is in fact receiving the upgrade as well. So, will Caosak just turn out more T-34s? Will he go for Initiative 5, or will he now try and go for the ISU 152? Those are the big questions now. I imagine that Sara Lynn might possibly be considering. These are the Guardsmen Corps with the two grenadiers here. Light machine guns ripping through the gas when they're quickly pulling towards heavy cover. T-34s also being dispatched eastwards with the looks of it. We've got the pack 40, at least one here ready to support against such an eventuality. Pack 5 then the T-34s from 6. Down to half health, good shooting there from the packs. Sandbags here from Caosak in the western field. Other T-Fed getting hit by the pack 40 as well, down to Sara Lynn's command. And the Panzer 4 there kills Vasily. I want to grab that eastern point. Katyusha for Caosak, obviously also good addition, though I feel like with a mortar, perhaps not quite as necessary. But obviously still a solid addition here to Caosak's forces. No problems there. Sara Lynn, are they planning tier 4? Okay, another Panther 4 Model J. In particular, odd to go for tier 4 and you're only going for Panther 4 Model J's anyways. Counter there, found the Koa wrecked and routed. Katyusha there, almost on for Caosak. Also, Sara Lynn, I think, would themselves benefit from Morty versus Caosak. Might in fact be able to wipe here Caosak's mortar than Caesar. That would be quite helpful here for Sara Lynn. Didn't get it, but they do get the film crew. And now we got sort of support call here. Going to try and clear out the field gun before Caosak can run off with it. Relying on the big guns for that purpose. Might even take out the T-Fed 476. You'll get the other field gun. Either which would be good, and certainly getting rid of both would be the best. There we go. Shot bounces. Lucky there for Caosak. Panther 4 does not bounce. Katyusha firing the Grenadiers. Pack there throwing the field gun. Panther 4 almost done. Grenadiers about to get wiped out. Heavy losses there on Sara Lynn's Grenadiers. And there we go, full white. If not for the Katyushas, then the Rebel Artillery strike down there. I don't know why Sara Lynn would move in. I guess they forgot they'd fired the artillery support there as well off. Bit off, but there you go. Caosak got 2 confident here versus Sara Lynn, and will lose the T-54 from 6 there in response. A great kill here. Definitely actually a significant blow here to Caosak. Lost both field guns and the T-34 from 6, and in response, Sara Lynn basically just lost the Grenadier squad. Obviously, quite painful, but they still have plenty of infantry and can of course replace the Grenadiers here. So not the worst, honestly, for Sara Lynn, though. Losing the Pack 40, which then Caosak might grab against Sara Lynn, is obviously significantly less good. Need to destroy that Pack 40, or at least deny it. If they can get rid of the T-34 from 6, that'd be helpful. There we go. Got that one as well. Some pretty harsh losses here for Caosak, though. As said, if you can get the Pack 40 back, that would certainly help for it. Loses a Panther 4 there. Yikes. Suddenly looking a lot less like a clear advantage here to Sara Lynn now, honestly. Meanwhile, Caosak's just bringing up more T-34s from 6s. Definitely at this stage, trying to solve for an ISU 152 would be quite the art and act of folly. And Sara Lynn basically goes, yeah, I can't escape through here because Caosak's going to expect me to try and take this route. So, of course, what does Sara Lynn do? They drive straight through Caosak's space. It's brilliant. Might also catch the Katyusha, but even if they don't, it is actually the safest route is just to go straight through their opponent's base. 2 thumbs up to Sara Lynn. Now that's smart thinking. Though they do need more infantry and armor to make up for the losses. Yeah, nice save on the Panther 4 there. Nice save. You can see there Caosak almost got it. Almost had it there. Close call there. Got the Pack 40 back here as well. Almost got it actually. No, didn't actually get it. Wow, that was a bit unlucky. T-4 against the knees. Quickly forcing them back. Oh dear, Katyusha though. Something went wrong here. Possibly pathing. I don't know. Fortunately, the Sara Lynn fails to Panther first, and perhaps they were unable to believe their eyes when Caosak drove the Katyusha right up to the Grenadiers and failed to Panther first. I do not know, but the Katyusha somehow did not get turned into scrap metal there. Talk about luck for Caosak. Panther 4 down, need repairs. T-4 rolling ahead here. Pack shoots, whiffs. Even had loaded up a target weak point there. Another Panther 4 model gear there for Sara Lynn. Troops reinforcing healing. Need to fix up that Panzer 4. Of course, if they'd gone for strategic reserves here, they could upgrade the Pioneers for the Pioneer support package. Would allow the Pioneers to repair the Panther 4 even faster, which obviously would have its benefits there for Sara Lynn, to be honest. Panther 4 there, halfway done, as the first one still being repaired by the Pioneers. Close to veterans one with that Panzerkampfwagen. Caosak swiftly rolling hits using as much terrain as they can for the Red Army. Also, more mines, thumbs up. Sandmax as well, very sensible too. Second Panther 4 model gear almost done. We see caught with the T-34 from 6. That's going to have to be a immediate retreat there, unless Sara Lynn really hits those Grenadiers and wants them dead. Then they're going to the Guardsmen, quickly sawing through their Boris. Katyusha found all these bunch up Grenadiers, of course. Very nice response by Caosak. Panther 4 moving forwards. Other Panther 4s also ready now. He's calling down mines. And also caught here. Rifle grenade on this spot would be a very smart idea there by Sara Lynn. There we go. Setting off the mine. And if the engineers had not retreated, they would likely have been wiped. And instead of being how many Panther 4 moving up, of course, need to be mindful of enemy anti-tank guns, in particular that Pilford pack. T-54 down to half health. East side, we got coming up here. Bit bold there by Caosak, considering everything. Other Panther 4 needs to get moved to the front line as well here, as Caosak just push more tanks into it. Continued move here with the conscripts is increasingly feeling reckless in front of that many Panther 4s. And we got air support here for Caosak on the Pack 40, unleashing the Sturmovix on it. T-34 is about to go knocked out here. Definitely pushed too far with that T-34. Pack crew, they'll wipe with the air support here. Good kill here. T-34 kaput. Great kill there for the Panther 4s, but about to lose one Panther 4 here to the enemy pack, possibly. No, gets away there. Grenadiers moving forwards. Need to fix up that again, and there we go. Is bringing more Pioneers. Could admittedly have those out sooner, but oh well. T-34 that just keeps murdering away, and so does the mortar. It's damaging away. It's actually not to kill anyone yet. But if they're going for a pacifist run, comrades, what's a pacifist run? It means you go to Gulag. Oh. Picks up the Panther 4 model J there, the Panzerkampfwagen 4 as von J. It's usually there with 3 kills. Mortar keeps firing away there. Pack pushed away. So what is Serlin going to do next? Who knows? Looks like they're going to try and make a move for the fuel points. T-34 rolling out. Gonna need some armor support here by the southern fuel pump before the gunners get swarmed. We also got some flamans off there, killing Jürgen. Second Pioneer Squad joining on the repairs of the Panther 4s. Very sensible. Caosak with another T-34 some 6 on the way. Knees pushing westwards there. Gunners on the lonesome by the western fuel point. T-34 halfway done. The Katyusha fire off. Pack being hammered. Again, nice use of flares in conjunction with the Katyusha. Thumbs up to Caosak on that one. Bit risk on with that Pack 4 alive. It gets spotted right now. It could be completely wiped here by Sara Lynn and ceased. Fortunately for Caosak, though, Sara Lynn is not going in aggressive in the flank here. In fact, he's moving up, going up aggressively up north here, close to Sara Lynn's space, laying down mines as well. Thumbs up. So what will Sara Lynn do in response to this offense to the German Reich? This insult against German sensibilities. There you go. T-34 into the Panther 4s. Great shot here down half health. Panther 4s. They're also bypassing the Pack 40 already. Another field gun nearby. Gunners moving up here. Ramming in the Panther 4. Great work there by Caosak. Was going to lose that T-34 out of the way, but leaving the Panther 4 in a bad spot, allowing the other field to finish off here is a great move and smart, sharp thinking by Caosak. Now the other Panther 4's in deep trouble as well. Pioneers rushing forwards. Might try and grab the field gun there, but they're taking too much damage in the process there. Losses are piling up for Sara Lynn and the 1st Panzer Division here in the face of Caosak and the Red Army. Rifle on the guards from there, doing no casualties, just light damage here. Almost got the mortar crew here. Panther 4 being hauled back. Continues pushing up north here. Grenadiers being hammered here by the 3rd mortar, which finally scores some kills here, forcing out both Grenadier squads in the far west here. A Pioneer retreats. Pack there, low on health, but still fighting for the Soviet Union. Grenadiers make a run for the field gun again. Gonna try and take out that T-34. Maybe bombard the field or Pack 40 as well. Who knows? Field gun though misses the T-34 from 6. Another T-34 meanwhile is on the way easy for Caosak. Grenadiers sitting out. More bombardment. More death. Sort of got the send here, but a pretty high cost to Sara Lynn and the German army. In fact, down just 3 Grenadier squads now. Got the loss there. And a light machine gun drops roll here for Caosak to grab. That had to be the guardsmen if they could grab it. Gonna have to use some engineers now. Centers for the collapsing. No machine gun team over here for Sara Lynn either. No mortars, nothing. At this point, it does look like Caosak very much definitely has the advantage over Sara Lynn and the German Reich here. Regular Panther 4 on the way. That Panther 4 lands a great hit, though, gaining actually to increased accuracy there. Field gun opening up here in the advancing T-34, gets a shot through the frontal armor. Panther 4 there with 8 kills in service of Deutschland. Certainly needs to do something drastic, and I think, but also very brilliant here to really turn the tide against Caosak. Force-wise, Caosak increasingly has the larger force here versus Sara Lynn. But also the way Sara Lynn is approaching the engagement is just very much favouring Caosak a lot of the time here. T-34 down to half health here. Can Sara Lynn break Caosak here, or has Caosak at this point broken Sara Lynn like a twig? 99 points left as the 376 here. Engineers moving forwards. Gonna grab that light machine gun, I imagine. Yup. Mortar team there caught and routed. There you go. Panther 4 ready there for Sara Lynn and the German Reich. Panther 4 Molotov setting out. Bombarding the Pack 40, doing some nice damage, but crucially, not really killing a lot. Mark vehicle there on the Panther 4 Model J. Other Panther 4 on the west side here, backed up by Field Gunner DC. Could take out the Katyusha here, though imagine they'd taken out Katyusha earlier. Those Grenadiers. Got the Katyusha there. Could this be what Sara Lynn needs to turn the tide against Caosak? This could be the maneuver that might turn things around again. He needs to get rid of that Pack 40 though. And the T-34 need to get the Model J in there again. Blitzkrieg, Deutschland vorwärts. In for support there, routed due to a mine. Almost got the T-34 but didn't quite get it. Panther 4 needs to keep moving. Other Panther 4 needs to move vorwärts. Almost losing the Panther 4 here. Grenadiers running. Almost got engineers. Almost got the Pack. Hauling down here. Wow, that is supremely bold under the circumstances. Doesn't have the Panther 4 there, though, so they just flank the rear. Could Panther fast, maybe? No, doesn't have the munitions. Hull down the other Panther 4. Panther 4 gets abandoned. That was rather chaotic. Now Sara Lynn's just 3 Grenadiers and that's it. This does appear like Caosak's won this because he can just keep churning out more T-34s from 6 and Sara Lynn's got nothing to stop this ever, flooding tide of socialist steel. That does look like a decisive GG here. Field gun they also wiped out the conscripts. I think Sara Lynn's left the match. We're just waiting for the game to react to this. Go, GG, game over. A loss for the German army, victory for the Third Army. A fierce back and forth fight here with some rare side of the Panther 4 Model J's. I feel like the Sara Lynn would have benefited from mortar and some Panzer Grenadiers and some slight more flanking here and there. There were also some opportunities I think that was presented, but they just didn't quite capitalize on, which also helped at Caosak. I think Caosak also just played a solid, excellent third game there. So I hope you enjoyed this match. I've learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment on it. Tell a friend, tell a family, but don't tell enemies. This is Imperial LinkedIn. Cheers. Thank you for watching. Till tomorrow again for another episode. Bye.